Welcome back to the channel, to the City Hunterz, and today we're making a different kind of vlog. It's not about traveling or showing you some other city, but today we're gonna cook. Yes! So everyone who knows me, they know I can cook, but I'm not good at cooking at all, so I can't cook. But today we've got a special guest all the way from London. Hi, Welkom. Well, it's not London, it's Hi Welkom, but it's Hi Welkom. Remember that city? Well, it's not city. No, it's a village. Yes, so I'm gonna introduce you to the cook, to the cooker, to the master chef, to the chef of the chefs, to the top chef. So I don't know how many Michelin stars he's got, but he's all the way from London. Oh no, it was Hi Welkom. Yes. Okay, so let me introduce you to that guy. So yes, this is our cook.
Thanks for the long-winded introduction. So yes, hello everybody. Yes, I am from Hi Welkom, just a correction there. Actually, no, I'm from London. Right, so I have come to showcase my lovely lasagna skills. This is a dish that is I feel very passionate about. I've cooked it a few times, so I'm hoping that everything will go according to plan. As you can see here, you want to just flip the camera?
Yes, I will.
We can show the lovely fresh ingredients that I have chopped already and prepared for this dish.
Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. It's not.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some onions. Yeah, so these are two big onions, as you can see. Oops, I made a bit of a mess there, but anyhow, there we go. So 2 onions chopped finely, and we're going to let that run until it goes nice and brown. And what else do we have? So after that we're going to bring in some freshly chopped garlic, as you can see, and then lasagna. Of course, this is going to be a meat lasagna because I like red meat. I think lasagna, if you are going to ever have it, you've got to have it with red meat. White meat, chicken meat is really not. It doesn't have the same taste. So I've got some fresh lamb this morning. Went to the shops with my father-in-law, got some fresh lamb. So that then goes into the pot once that is all cooked and that's nice and brown. And then afterwards, we're going to mix the lasagna with some vegetables. So what vegetables are we putting in today? So we got some mushrooms, already sliced mushrooms. It makes the job easier if they're sliced because you're going to save a bit of time. So just going to give that a wash afterwards. We're going to be putting in an aubergine, yeah, get a bit of aubergine in there, and some carrots, obviously. So being in Holland, being orange, you've got to get some carrots in, right? It's good for your immune system, and also, not least, some broccoli. I'm going to be chopping a little bit of broccoli in there, and once that is all mixed up, we're going to let that cook on low heat for an hour and 30 minutes. And that's the whole point about preparing the sauce. Sorry, I missed out a key ingredient. So as that is cooking, we're going to be putting some fresh herbs, some Italian herbs, seasoning you got there. And we got some lasagna sauce that goes in. And we'll also be making a nice, and lasagna is all about being richness in red, being red and juicy. And so to top it all up, we're going to be putting in some of this, what is that, mate? What does that say?
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce, mate. Yeah, just testing your Dutch skills.
Yes. I think it's tomato sauce. Well, that's not Dutch, that's English, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, so that goes in. Oh yes, so this is the secret ingredient. This is what really gives the lasagna that true, amazing flavor, and it's called pesto. So you must put in some pesto when you're making lasagna. I learned this recipe, by the way, off my cousin, who also happens to live in Hi Welkom. So.
But was Hi Welkom a city or a town or a village?
Hi Welkom is a town. It's a town, yeah.
It's a town. It's a village.
Very hilly, beautiful place.
It is beautiful.
Just
yes.
outside London. Right, so once that is, we leave that the sauce to cook for about an hour, 30 minutes. Once that is done, we will obviously take another video clips as we go through the cooking. Then we've got these two trays and here you can see I've got some lasagna sheets. So I prefer sheets that are kind of already nice and soft. So we're going to be doing the layering process. So it'll be 3 layers, 2 trays, put them in the oven for about 40 minutes, and then you're going to have a really nice finger-licking lasagna dish. However, we've got 2 guests in the house today who happen not to like cheese, and they won't be joining us for the lasagna feast. So for them, as you can see, I've got another pot, and I'm going to be making traditional Pakistani keema, but I'm going to be adding some bolognese sauce, which you can see here. Right.
That looks
so
nice.
I'm going to make a spaghetti bolognese, got some spaghetti to go with it. This evening is going to be a proper Italian evening. We got lasagna, we got spaghetti. I'll be watching the Godfather movie. Right. We're going to have some cigars, and yeah, it's going to be a proper Italian night.
Yes, but are we also having some drinks? Or we're not having some drinks?
Yeah, we'll be having some soft drinks.
Soft drinks.
Nothing hard, nothing strong.
So we're gonna keep it halal.
You have to be on good behavior, yeah. So we'll have some soft drinks, and then afterwards we have our special guest Eunice, who's bought us some ice cream.
Yes, he's camera shy, so that's why I won't film him.
Yeah. So we're gonna have some ice cream. He's got some caramel ice cream, just to chill afterwards. So yes, we'll check in again in a few minutes' time. Thank you. Okay, everybody, welcome back. As you can see, I've put this onions. Onions have gone brown. I've put in the garlic, and now I've put in the lamb, and I'm giving a good stir. Okay, so that's coming on nice and lovely, as you can see. Yeah. Right, so the next step is we're going to add a bit of sugar. Yes, you heard it right, we are putting sugar. I'm going to put 1 spoon of sugar. You sprinkle that in. We're going to put some salt. Add a bit more salt. Got to keep the blood pressure low, especially of chachas.
Well, can you tell people what cha-cha means?
Yeah, Chacha is Amsterdam's most famous character. Right, and this is Italian herbs. I know it's all in Dutch.
Yes,
but
that's
basically
Dutch.
it's Italian herbs, right?
Okay.
You can get this from Asda if you shop in High Wycombe.
Yeah, but this is about Holland, so where can you buy this from Holland?
Well, yeah, I picked this up from Dirk van der Broek.
Oh, Dirk, so you're promoting Dirk van den Broek now?
Yeah. Did I say that all right? I mean, my Dutch is not very good.
Well, it's called Dirk,
Oh, okay,
but it doesn't matter.
Okay, as you can see, so I'm putting a spoon of this. This gives us special flavors.
So, how many spoons?
Just over a spoon.
Okay.
So, Mr. City Hunterz, can you actually smell that? Can you smell the flavors?
Yes.
now?
Oh,
But-
that stinks. No, but honestly,
Can you smell
does.
the herbs?
yes, I can smell
Mixed
the
in with the meat and the onions.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's coming along really
Looks
nicely.
delicious.
Coming along nicely, right? Okay, now that's it for this step. And what we're going to do next is we'll take a pause on the videos, but when you come back, it'll be time to put in all the vegetables in. We'll top it up with the sauce, and then we're going to let it simmer for about an hour and a half.
So, how long do we need to wait now?
Well, we've still got about an hour and a half to go, mate. So let me just finish the sauce. I know you're hungry. I know this thing will taste really good. So, the good things come to those who wait, right?
That's true. That's true.
That was the out of Guinness, but anyhow. Good. Off you go. You can stop that now. Right, okay, welcome back everyone. What we're doing now is, like I said, we're putting in the chopped vegetables. So first to go in is going to be the carrots, as you can see. All nicely cut, thinly cut. They need to be really thinly cut, otherwise they won't cook in the oven. So we put in the carrots. That goes in. We're going to be putting in some aubergine, so 1 aubergine. Yeah, we chuck that in.
So on the backwards you hear some other guy. That's the chacha who's
Right.
phoning at the moment. So that's why you hear some background.
Right, then we're putting in some sliced mushrooms.
All right.
Okay, actually, yes. Give me, I'll do that at the end.
Okay, that's fine.
And then we're going to put in some broccoli. Actually, let's not put all of it in, otherwise it'll be too much. So I'm just going to leave it at that much. Now, next to go in is the tomatoes.
Could you please be a bit slowly?
No,
Because you're going too fast.
So we got hungry guests.
Oh yes, we've
So
got hungry guests.
I need to make sure the food is cooked on time, right? And then mushrooms go in.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, get the mushrooms in. Get all that in. Good. Right, now down to some special ingredients. So whenever you're making lasagna, you can't make lasagna until you put something really special in it.
And what's the special thing?
So we're going to be putting in some pesto sauce.
Oh, let me show
Get
them.
some, yeah,
Yes, okay.
full jar of pesto sauce. Get that in there. As you can see, normally it's best to get fresh pesto, but anyhow, it is what it is. So you get pesto in, jarred pesto in, right in. And then, to top it all off, there's a lasagna sauce. You get this, well, it's called lasagna sauce in the UK, dolmio is the one I use, but here in Holland they don't. I went to 3 different shops and they don't have anything with lasagna sauce.
It's pasta sauce.
So what I found was it's called pasta sauce. It's basically the same thing. There's all tomatoes in there anyway, so you just chuck that in. There you go. And the whole thing about lasagna is it's got to be nice and red and creamy. So we chuck that in, and then we're going to top it up with some. What do you call this thing again? Tomato puree. Yeah, so you put some tomato puree. It's nice and red.
Oh, I can smell the tomatoes.
Yeah. If it wasn't halal, we'd be putting some red wine, right? But
Yes, but we're keeping it halal. As you know, we're all Muslims. So this is a vlog for not only Muslims.
so now we're going to be just giving a good old stir, keeping on low heat, right, and let it cook at its own pace for, like I said, an hour and 30 minutes. So we'll see you in an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, welcome back. As I said at the beginning, we are making 2 dishes. Unfortunately, none of them are vegetarian, so so we got the lasagna, as you can see, dish 1, and that is simmering away. Yeah, low heat. You got to make sure the temperature is nice and low. Right, you let it simmer until all the vegetables are nice and cooked and everything else, and the meat. Right, and dish number 2. I just need to turn this down a bit. Is I'm making keema. Making keema honey, which is basically minced meat. Again, using the same lamb. Yeah, so I've just split it half and half. Here are the ingredients. So we'll do a quick tour.
For the people who doesn't know what keema means, that's lamsgehakt in Dutch.
Right, we're gonna chuck in the onions first. So onions are always the first starting point. Right, so put the onions in. Okay, onions go in, and then what we'll do later on, we're going to introduce, we're going to put the meat in next, once the onions have gone brown. As you can see, I've got a bit of garlic and ginger. I'm going to be putting in some tomatoes at some stage, and not too many chilies, but anyway, so we've got like 5 chilies, because the meat is not, I mean, it's not a kilo of meat, that's half a kilo there. Right, as well as all of this ingredients, what else we've got here is we're going to be putting in a spoon of, if I can open this thing, hold on.
Other side, other side.
No. Oh, here it is, you're right. Right, turmeric powder, haldi. Alright, and we put a spoon of jeera. And we've got some red chili powder. Okay, so that's going to go in at the end as we go through the through this process. So step one is you put in the onions, right, like we just done. We're going to wait for it to go nice and brown. Step two, you put in the meat, you put in the garlic, the spices, let it cook, and then we're going to later on put in the tomatoes, chilies, and hopefully this dish should be quicker than this one. And because this needs to go, it needs to be layered, it needs to go in the oven for about 40 minutes, whereas this will be ready. And then what we're going to do, the last touch, is the spaghetti bolognese sauce. And that reminds me, I now need to boil some spaghetti for the boys. Okay, thank you. Right, okay, welcome back. So as I said, we put the onions in. Onions have gone nice and brown. A tip for you, if it starts sticking, which it normally will, you just add a touch of water. Right, there you go. Cool. Right, so after that, I'm gonna drop in some lamb, like we did earlier. Right, wait for that to get brown. And what I'll also do is put in some garlic. We'll do ginger at the later stage. Right, okay. And what else do I need to put in? Is I'm going to put some salt in. Right, so right there, and get some. Okay, I'm going to put a spoon of salt. Okay, and that's it. So we'll wait for this to go brown, and the next stage is to put ginger, tomatoes, and the rest of the powders. Hopefully this should be ready in 40 minutes. Okay. Good. Okay, so welcome back again. We're into step 3. I did cheat a bit, so I have already added in the ginger, as you can see, and the green chilies. Right, so ginger's in, chilies are in. The next thing that we're going to put in into making this really delicious keema handi, or as we call the mince meat, is some of this over here, haldi. Right, so we put 1 spoon of haldi. That goes in. Turmeric powder. And we're going to put, oh, that is boiling up on it. Okay, we're going to put a spoon of this masala here.
What's this masala?
This is jeera masala. There's no name on it, mate. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's just called jeera.
Jeera, just remember the name, jeera.
Jeera, right? I'm going to put just a little bit of this red. I already put green chilies in, so I don't make it too hot, but I'm going to put a little bit of red chili powder, just to give it that red flavour, right? And I'm going to put some tomatoes in now. After the tomatoes go in. And we're going to put some more red. The more the red, the better it is. Being a Liverpool fan, everything needs to be red, right?
Well, this vlog isn't about football, so just keep it to cooking, please.
Right, that all goes in. And now, I'm going to give it a stir. Okay. As you can see, all the spice all getting mixed in there, all the flavours, all the juices, everything is coming out. And we're going to let this cook. While this is cooking, as you can see on this other stove or plate, I've got the spaghetti going, right? So obviously spaghetti bolognese, there's a spaghetti, right? This is the sauce for the bolognese. Once that is cooked after 10 to 15 minutes, you put in the bolognese sauce, give it a stir, and dinner will be served. While, in the meantime, as you can see, the spaghetti sauce is coming up, cooking nice and slowly, and that should be ready to put into the oven. We're almost there. As you can see, the curry is nicely cooked. Yeah, I'm just bring the. Hold on 1 minute. You can bring it a bit closer for the camera. Yeah, see the ginger, right? The tomatoes, they're all cooked. All chilies all cooked, right? So the last stage is to add some more tomatoes. So we're going to put in this bolognese sauce. I'm going to put that in, mix it up, with spaghetti. Sorry, and then we'll top this up with spaghetti. So you'll see the end product on a plate very shortly. Okay, so we finally got a result here. As you can see, bring the camera a bit forward. This is the amazing, delicious looking spaghetti bolognese. Look at that.
It does look delicious. Yes, it
And
does.
you know, the smell, I mean, it's just oozing. You know, you can smell it, right?
Well, they can't smell it over YouTube, but
No, but
we
you
smell
can,
it.
yeah, you can
Yes.
smell the flavors, right? And what we're going to do here is prepare the first plate. So on the left, we got a plate of spaghetti. And we're going to top it up. Right.
Oh, that looks nice.
We're
Delicious.
going to put another lot on there. We don't have any Parmesan cheese, otherwise we're going to sprinkle a bit of Parmesan cheese on top. But there you go, work of magic. I'm going to put a fork next to it. And we got our guest in the house waiting to be served. So first dish complete, and lasagna is going to be coming up once that goes in the oven. Okay. Right, okay, we are back at the final stage of lasagna. This is called the layering process. So the layering steps are that we got some lasagna sheets, which I've put hot boiled water in to kind of make them nice and soft. Okay, we've got white cheese sauce. Okay, so we need that. We got cheese slices. I've got one packed there. So, and we've got the sauce. So that's all we need, right? So first of all, we kick off by putting in the sauce at the base layer. So we just chuck that in there. Right, give it a nice spread. Okay, some more. Bit more. Right, so once you've covered that, the next stage is we're going to put in start putting the sheets. So start covering it. I'm going to do 2 layers. One sheet there, sheet there. As you can see, the sheets are good size. They will cover the sauce. Next step is we're going to start spreading this white sauce on the sheets. Right, so for all your cheese lovers, this is the most important part of the lasagna.
And what do you do if you don't like cheese?
Well, then tough luck, mate.
Oh, that's tough luck. Oh, that's
Yeah,
shit.
that's why you had your spaghetti bolognese earlier.
Well, yes, that's correct.
Okay, so just make sure you go around the edges. Right, so that's layer number 1, yeah? How many layers you got? 1. First layer done. You repeat the same steps for
So,
the next.
so how many layers do you need to make?
We're going to do 2 layers.
2 layers.
So we've done 1, and now we're going to lump another lot in. Okay. Make it nice and rich. The best bit about this is there's a broccoli, you can see.
Yes, I can see the broccoli. I
Right.
hope the viewers.
Okay, so we've got all this in there. Good. And now we're going to do. Oh, pause. Okay, in the mad rush of things, I forgot to put in the cheese.
So we had some technical difficulties.
Okay, so anyhow, we have managed to squeeze some cheese in there. I would have put it on the first layer and then the second layer, but we missed the first layer. But anyhow, the cheese is there now.
So as you know, this guy is a proper Michelin star top chef, master chef.
Yeah.
And even those guys forget things. So.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a well said, but yeah. So the cheese is in there, and now what we're going to do is basically complete the final stage of layering. Well, you see, you can't tell the difference, right? That's the lasagna sheet, and that's the cheese. They look almost the same, right? So actually, before I do that, I want to put another lump of white sauce. Okay, so there was one step that I missed.
Well, you can learn from it, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, there you go. As long as there's cheese in there somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta get the cheese in there, and the white sauce is what makes it all nice and delicious. Right. Okay. I think I pretty much used up all the white sauce. Okay, that's that done. And then we're going to put the second layer and the last layer of the lasagna sheets. And that covers it. You've got the oven on preheat.
Yes, I've got the oven at 200 degrees.
Mr. City Hunterz, right, one last tip.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't probably see it, but there's oil in this little container, and you can see a little brush. So it's best just to soften the top layer, because when you cook it in the oven, it gets all hard and crunchy. So you want to keep this top layer nice and soft.
Okay.
So we're going to apply a bit of, we brush it with some oil, right? And what that does is it just makes sure it doesn't get all burnt at the top. Yeah, you get that?
Yes, I think I do.
That's a top tip from a top chef.
Okay, but I don't get it. Can you explain it one more time?
Alright, good. Now, next, foil. Okay, I put foil there. And just cover it with foil.
And why do you need to cover it?
Because we're gonna, so the foil goes on, 20 minutes, we leave the foil covered. After 20 minutes, we take off the foil, and then we cook the top layer.
Okay.
Okay?
That's fine.
So good. Let's open the oven. Okay. So remember, it's in for 40 minutes, but we're going to stop at 20 minutes.
Okay, so do you know what the time is right now?
I need to put a timer on. In she goes. Right. Okay, how do you put the timer on this? Press this one. Okay, so final product is ready. As you can see, it's got a bit kind of crunchy around the edges. But anyhow, the lasagna is made. It's brown, it's cooked, as you can see. So yeah, if you like this vlog, give it a thumbs up. Right?
Yeah, so people, welcome back. This was the last part. If you did like this video, what should you do?
Subscribe to City Hunterz.
Yes, don't forget. And he's from?
London.
Well, put it down in the comments, yes. Take care. See you. Bye-bye.